Hello, and welcome to Silicon Valley Girls Chat Over Tea. I'm Gloria,
And I'm Rosetta.
and thank you so much for joining us once again. We always like to be in the spirit of kindness and loving and caring. And we hope as you participate with us on our little chat journey that you are also going to be kind and loving and supportive of us.
Thank you very much for always reminding us, Gloria.
Yes.
And everyone, thank you so much for joining us for our weekly chats. And we want to remind you, please, if you like our videos, hit that thumb icon. If you haven't already, consider subscribing to our channel and hit the bell notification so you don't miss any of our chats. So
Yes.
today, what tea are we drinking?
Today we are drinking organic India tea. This is the Tulsi Sweet Rose. Yes, we've drank quite a bit of this. I think there's only like about 4 bags left, so I'm gonna have to buy another box. We love this tea. Not only is it aromatically beautiful, it feels good as
And
you're
the
drinking it.
flavor is so powerful.
Yes.
Even when we take it out of, even before we open up the little bag to
Yes.
take out the tea bag, we can
Yes.
smell it already. The aroma is
It's
so
amazing.
fragrant.
It's amazing.
It's fragrant. It smells so delicious, and
Yes.
it is delicious.
And one of the reasons we do this one is it's stress relieving, and they say it's magical, and it is.
It really is magical.
So the ingredients, as we always like to share with you, are organic chamomile flower, organic Tulsi blend, which is holy basil and East Indian basil, organic rose petal, organic lemon myrtle, organic stevia, and it is some of the best tea that we have ever drank.
Yeah, we
And
had
we
it
love
a
it.
long time ago because someone gave you a bag.
Yes.
And we loved it ever
Lauren,
since.
dear sweet Lauren, gave me, she's like, oh, you have to try this tea since you do tea. And we've been drinking it ever
Hooked
since.
ever since. Smells amazing.
Amazing.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. I love it. Love
Oh
it.
my God, this is so good.
Yep. I love it.
Eventually, we all are experiencing different waves of weather. When we get into a stable summer, we're going to have to figure out how to do some iced
We
teas.
will. We'll do iced teas.
Oh my goodness. So, first and foremost, how was your 4th of July? Did you have a good, safe time? Did you have the opportunities to see fireworks, or did your fireworks get taken out by the weather?
Did you do a barbecue? Did you
Yes.
go out and go to some public celebration?
Yes.
Because a lot of places were doing celebrations. I know that pre-pandemic, the city of Santa Clara, they
Yes.
used to do really great one by Santa Clara Park, set to
Yes.
music. And I
Yes.
think this year was the first time that they brought it back. And
Right.
I used to love that.
Yes.
But I
used
didn't
like
get to
to
go
Spartan
this year.
Stadium, and you can like lay on the grass, and the fireworks would just shoot over your head.
Yes.
So whatever you did, we hope you had a good time.
Yep.
So as always, when we kick off our chats, our thoughts and prayers go out to the entire human race, as well as our babies. So to the entire population of planet Earth. There's so many toxic things occurring in our world right now. And we just want to see if we can refocus all that negativity into love, honor, and respect.
And gratitude.
Absolutely.
Can't forget that. What are you grateful for?
Yes. Comment below. Share your gratitude.
Yes.
Because if you speak it out, it will manifest.
And the more grateful you are, the more that you will have abundance.
Yes. And that's important for all of us. So let's get started. So I'm going to start out with a little bit of sad news. The actor Robert De Niro, his grandson, his name is Leonardo De Niro, was found unconscious, unresponsive, and he was actually pronounced deceased by the EMS on site. They haven't said what, why, or any of that. And Robert De Niro has asked for privacy for his family to deal with this. So our thoughts and prayers go out to them, because 19 years old is a baby. And to find a baby deceased, that had to be very, very hard.
It is. Oh, really is a baby. 19.
19.
Yeah.
They had barely started his life.
That's the same age as my son right now.
Yes.
So I kind of cannot imagine the grief that the mother is going through.
Absolutely.
And the whole family.
So we were very sorry to hear about that. And last week, Rosetta gave you a little bit of update on The Bachelorette, because I hadn't watched. Well, I binged. I'm all caught up, and now I'm ready to talk. You had shared that there was a young man named Brayden, and the brother was incognito. He was pretending to be a bartender, and he told her, I don't know about him. I'm leaning more to the brother now, because his behavior, and I think some of it is because he's young.
Right.
But he'll say something like, well, how can she go out and be with all these other guys? How can she kiss another guy? I don't know if I want to do this. I think I'm just going to pack my bags and go home. And then he sits down with her and acts like everything is wonderful.
Oh, yeah. I didn't understand that. He was like complaining about the 4-minute kiss she had or something.
Yes, with Joey.
Yes. And he's trying to be all like, he's talking about the 4-minute kiss to the other bachelors in the house, but then in front of her, he's acting all sincere, and he changes his tune. So it must be really hard for Charity to really understand who these people are, because on one hand, they're showing her a different personality, but behind her back, they're completely different people.
Right. And to me, I would have leaned a little bit more to my brother, because my brother knows me. They're very close. And he told her, he's like, he's perpetrating a fraud. But she didn't, because what she thought was everybody's going against him and it's hard on him. So I'm going to reward him with the rose. And I was like, okay, he's not my guy. Now, what is his name? Aaron. He was the first guy after, the first guy at the first ceremony that she gave a rose to.
Oh, okay. Aaron B?
Yes. I like him. I mean, remember he serenaded her with the piano. I just like how he's coming across.
Is he the one that did the coin toss?
Yes, and he finally admitted to her that it's a two-headed coin, so it didn't matter how it came down. He was always going to win. I like that. I like that he owned up. He told her that, he's had some challenges in his life and he's seeing a therapist. I like that too. I like him. And Joey and her got to break the record of the longest kiss on the Bachelor or Bachelorette show. And it's now over, I think it's like 4 minutes and 15 seconds, something like that.
Okay.
But I like Joey. I like his conversation. He wasn't all about the kiss and all of that. He's still talking about her. So far, Aaron is my number one. What do you think?
I like Aaron, but however, who I do like over Aaron is Adrian, the 30-year-old realtor who has a 1-year-old daughter.
Mm-hmm.
I do like him, even though he said some things like, oh, I'm very serious. While I'm here, I'm concentrating on charity.
Right.
I'm not treating it like spring break.
Right.
I mean, I don't mind him saying that because he does seem serious.
Right. And some of the guys are, they're out playing in the pool. And,
doing the backflips and just having a good old time.
Yes.
Whereas he was talking to this other guy, I forget the other guy's name, but he was saying, I'm here, I'm serious. And I think that because he's a little bit older, when you get older, you really know what you want.
Yes.
Like, if you can imagine, if you're an older person, think back to when you were 33 as opposed to when you were 23 or 25. In your 20s, your 30s are very different. You have different priorities. And to add to that, you have a child. So that really kicks it up a notch.
Yes.
So I'm kind of liking him.
Yeah, I like him too. I mean, I just like Aaron first, just because I mean, he's got the triple threat. He's tall, dark, and handsome.
And what do you think about the guy? His name is Dotun, D-O-T-U-N. He showed her that he carries around his resident alien card.
Yeah, when he first got to the country.
And he's from where? Nigeria or somewhere?
Yes.
I forget the name. He has his whole name there. What do you think of him?
Oh, I like him too because, when you see someone carry something in their possession that brings back memories, that person is very, very authentic in their approach. And I like that a lot.
Okay, so I have yet to make an opinion on him. I have to see more of him because there's not much shown apart.
Well,
from
no, all that they showed was
that. So,
Yeah.
and I'll have to see because I didn't really click with him. I mean,
Okay.
I didn't see any kind of spark between them
Yeah.
two. Like it has to be something.
Well,
between
I didn't
them two.
think she even knew that much about him because remember he had said, you know, how am I ever gonna get a rose if I never get to talk to her?
Right.
And you know, I understand Charity is on a mission. I just think for me, she's every time I turn around, she's kissing somebody, and I'm
Well,
like,
they're always like that. The
Yeah.
next thing you know, they're kissing someone else.
yeah, I'm like, you know, do you guys like have time in between? You get to brush your teeth, brush your tongue. I was like, ugh.
Yeah.
So when she kissed him, and then she said, that was more pleasant than I thought. As long as he's not a dog in hiding, like I think Brayden is, I think he'll go a little bit further.
Yeah, I think Brayden is actually a bit arrogant.
He's arrogant and he's young. He's only 24.
Yeah.
And you know, she number one, you don't want to flip flop. Listen, young ladies, you don't want any man around you that on Monday he's here and on Tuesday he's here and then Wednesday he's here and Thursday. You don't need that. That is stress in the making. And they did they show him with a rose on his lapel in one of the upcoming.
Brayden?
Yeah.
Oh,
And
he
he's
has
like-
another
he's like-
rose because he got the first impression rose.
Yeah, but you know he has on a brown suit and he goes, I got the rose, like thumping his chest kind of thing. So I'm already ready to send him home.
Because people that are secure and confident in themselves, they don't need to go out and flaunt it.
Yes.
Whichever chance they have. If you're mature, you have it, and you know you have it, and you're
Yes.
secure in yourself. You don't need to like make sure everybody knows you have it.
Yes.
That's not. I mean, people already know you have it. So calm yourself down. That's
Thank
what
you.
I'm thinking.
I agree. So we will continue to watch it and check it out, and we'll keep you informed. And if you have an opinion, if someone did something and you thought, oh my God, that just stole my heart, then like I like Joey because when he was talking, they were asking him questions. He answered the questions as if he had already won, if he had already accomplished the longest kiss. So I like that. Forward.
Yep.
Yeah. So this is mostly for women because it's our bodies. Since Roe v. Wade was overturned by the Supreme Court, there has been changes afoot. There are, I would say, I can see the states. I want to say like 17 states have come up with these ridiculous laws associated with a woman's ability to terminate a pregnancy. Some places, I think it's Florida and Texas, or maybe one or the other, you cannot terminate a pregnancy after 6 weeks.
Which is really stupid because I didn't find out I was pregnant until 7 or 8 weeks.
I mean, because you're busy. You don't even think about your cycle until all of a sudden you go, wait a minute, something's missing.
Or you start with me. I didn't feel well for a few days in a row. I was feeling a bit nauseated and sick,
Right.
and I'm like, this doesn't make sense. And I felt like vomiting, so I knew something was up. So that's when you know. But usually you don't find out till not even like way after 6 weeks.
And it's ridiculous that that's what they're doing. But we ladies have got to take back control of our bodies. I remember when they were trying to get the rights for women to vote and how women would walk 5 miles, 10 miles. I mean, they had to really, really push to get the rights that we are so grateful to have today. And for women to sit at home and allow anybody to tell them what they can and cannot do, that's not really good. I understand that a lot of people live their lives on social media, and that's what they base their truth on. However, I want you to go back to listening to yourself, to your gut, to your heart. Does that sound right? If I'm a woman and I am at risk my baby is not viable, that a man is going to make me carry that baby until day 9 month occurs, when the baby is dead inside of me, and the baby can then therefore make me sick or kill me, does that really sound like the good thing to do?
Or how about this story? One lady went to emergency saying that she's having a miscarriage because she was bleeding. They turned her away, and she was bleeding, and there was blood dripping from her. And the only reason that they decided to help her was because her life could be in danger.
Mm-hmm.
Only till did they realize her life. And I don't understand this. This is ER emergency room. They turned her away just because they're too scared that if they did something, then there'll be repercussions. Doctors are not allowing you to have an abortion because they're too scared because of the Roe v. Wade rule.
Right.
And they don't want to have their license revoked.
And there's also states like Florida and Texas that, you know, like say you're the person who drives someone to the airport to catch a plane to do something. They were saying, well, you know, we're going to, you know, put you in jail too. We have got to send a very clear message that these are our bodies, and we have got to collaborate together and vote them out of office and send them home.
Vote, and out of office. And for women, girls, please vote. Voting is so important. And as a mother, I'm sure there are mothers here watching, how would you feel if that was your daughter?
Yes.
How would your granddaughter, your niece?
Yes.
Even like your sister, if that could happen to your sister. Or if you're, you know, a teenager and your mother's going through pregnancy, how would you feel if she had to suffer that?
Yeah.
And these are horrific cases where women need emergency care and to have that abortion.
Absolutely.
And it's just so sad that they can't get it. And they have to live with the child who sometimes may be dead inside their body or die a few hours or immediately after.
If there's no heartbeat, I'm sorry. A doctor, it's to care for the woman as much as the unborn child. If the child is deceased, you must take the appropriate action. It doesn't make any sense.
And if a child does die inside you, there could be a lot of complications like infection happening.
Yeah.
So you don't want that, and the mother could actually be, you know, critically sick, I want to say close to death, and could die because of this. So, you know, I just, again, everybody, please vote these people out.
Yes. You know, speaking of these people in our government, we also have the situation of global warming. They keep saying, oh, it's just bad weather, it's not all that, blah, 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 blah. So over the weekend, there was crazy patterns of weather. Here in Northern California where we were, Saturday was triple digits, no wind. So it's hot here. And then Sunday was in the high 90s, still no wind. Thank God Monday it started to cool a little bit, and yesterday was better. However, there were people who had barbecue plans and, you know, firework plans. Those were canceled because Mother Nature put on a show. There were tornadoes, hail, wind, and lots of rain.
And flooding, lots of flooding.
I mean, I'm trying to think. There was one city that got 9 inches of rain. I mean, it was raining. It was really crazy. So if we have people in our government who think, oh, it's just rain, we also need to vote them out and send them home.
We have on one hand, one side of the country having this kind of bad weather. On the other side, we have places where people are baking and dying of heat.
Yeah.
So it's one extreme or the other.
Yeah.
And this is all human-made, man-made.
Yeah.
So if you don't believe in global warming, I hope that this has taught you a lesson. And it didn't happen overnight.
No.
It's from decades and decades. And we've already talked about this.
A lot.
Probably by, I would say 2040, 50, some cities could be gone from the map, wiped out of the map. And we said, Glory has mentioned this before, that dinosaurs were once around.
Yeah.
And now they're extinct.
Yep.
The world will still continue evolve around us, even if we're not here. even if our cities are gone.
Yeah. You know, like Florida coast and New York coast, they are having a really high population of sharks. And these are not sharks who are just like swimming around, because we have been we've been told that sharks don't really like to eat humans. You know, we are just a nuisance to them. They are now chomping down on surfboards. There was this boat. The sailors were trying to get away, and they just took one of the fins and just snapped it off. They are becoming very aggressive.
And it's not just, usually you see like one shark, and that's enough to scare me, one shark. But now there's a whole school of them. It's not just one, it's a whole school of them.
Yes. And this is also the same global warming is affecting people's travels over the weekend. The airlines were crazy. 2,500 flights were delayed. Hundreds of flights were canceled. You know, and I know people are probably upset at the airport. However, that's Mother Nature. There's nothing they can do about that. And if they can do things about it, because I know back in the day they used to overbook because they wanted a full plane.
Right.
So they would overbook, and you would get there and they say, "Oh, so sorry, you didn't check in early enough, and so we gave away your seat." And you're like, "I'm here an hour early." And then they would say, now back in the day, it used to be really nice. They would give you a ticket for the next plane. And if you had to stay overnight, they put you up in a hotel.
Right, exactly.
You know, they did all that. Now I understand they don't offer any of that.
They don't offer any. You're just lying in the airport,
on
sleeping
the
on the floor.
I know. It's just really, really bad. So that is something that I think we all as human beings have to start taking a look. And let me explain something to the moms. If we cannot get this under control, the life that you have will not be experienced by your child. Your child is going to have a rough life. So you need to quit worrying about, I'm the TikTok queen and I'm the social media queen, and figure out how to be a great mom and how to take care of your children. And if your husband, your spouse, your friends, whatever, if they don't believe in taking care of your children, to me, there's only one choice, my child.
Right.
So you go off and you do all your bad behavior, but that's not for me. I mean, we're just celebrating Independence Day, and yet everything going on right now in the United States is about taking independence away.
Exactly.
So why celebrate something that you're trying to kill? It just doesn't make any sense. So moms, young girls, as soon as you turn 18, register to vote.
And dads as well. You can be, you know, the person that reinforces how important it is for your child to vote, vote, vote.
Absolutely. So, you know, everybody's got a device. Everybody has a phone. And we just heard of a feature, and we're just highlighting it because this is something important to know. The thing that is most important is when you have an iPhone 14, if you have an emergency, it has a backdoor SOS feature where you can give it a command and it will take action to get you emergency services.
And I didn't even know this until you said this.
Yes.
And I'm like, there are so many features that we don't know about unless we seek it out.
Right.
And how would I have known that?
Yeah.
And how did you come about finding about this?
Oh, because there was a woman named Joanna Reyes, and she was hiking, and she had an emergency. And she's like, I don't have a signal. I don't know what to do. And so she just thought she would take a moment to send some information. You know, she's like, okay, well, let's see what happens. And she did the command. I can't do it because my phone will do it too. And they sent out a helicopter, and they picked her up from in the mountains where she was hiking.
So this is really great tip to know.
Yeah.
And I'm actually going to do some more research on this.
Yes.
To find out exactly how it works. I'm probably going to go on YouTube and Google it and see what comes up, because there's so many things I don't know about my phone.
Yes. So another little bit of good news. In Los Angeles, California, right now, there are 10 sets of twins. So to those moms and dads.
In the hospital.
In the hospital.
In the hospital.
Yes, in an LA hospital right now, 10 sets. That is amazing that there's, because normally you don't hear about a lot of twins.
Right.
And I know that with women having to do more creative things to have children's today, I understand how that happens. The blessing is that they are all healthy. They looked beautiful on Good Morning America when they were talking
Wow.
about it. So to all the moms and dads, I know sleep was a thing that you thought you needed. You're going to find out you can survive with less sleep.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. We think that's beautiful. So we had promised you that we were not going to let this mass shooting thing just fall by the side. So over the weekend, once again, we had mass shootings from our nation's capital to Fort Worth, Texas, from Florin, California in the west to the Bronx in the New York in the east. This 4th of July weekend was overshadowed by 16 mass shootings in which 15 people were killed and nearly 100 people were injured.
It's crazy. And they said that these shootings are among 345 mass shootings in the U.S. thus far to date.
Yes. They one of the things I actually found. So as of today, and the number's gone up again because we had some shootings locally. But when I did this, I think this was as of yesterday, there have been a total of 338 mass shootings in the United States, just the first 6 months of the year. To put that in perspective for you, the entire year of 2018, there were 336. So
2018.
Yeah.
Okay.
2018, there were 336.
You see how much it's gone up, and that's half the year.
Yeah, we still got the rest of the year to go.
Well, as we say, we keep saying this. This is an everyday occurrence, and I have to add that it's just people going out and just having a shooting spree, because the guy in Pennsylvania, he had a mask on and he just went shooting with his AR style rifle, shooting people and cars, and he did hit a vehicle with twins in there.
Yeah.
And they were the ones that, well, it's not even lucky. They weren't killed, which is lucky. They were injured. And I have to say that it's just any old person willy-nilly just going out and he actually had, what did he have? I forgot. He had a ski mask, randomly shooting, and what did it say? He had a scanner to track emergency response radio traffic.
Now, I'm sorry, that person should not be allowed to just get a slap on the wrist and put back into civilization. That's just wrong.
That's I can't understand these people. Just for no reason at all, go around shooting any old person willy-nilly around.
Yeah.
Cars, people, whoever gets in his way.
I mean, it just doesn't make any sense.
And I'd like to do some more research on that, because I'm not sure what the motive was on that.
Well, one of the things that I was really happy to hear is that they got him. He is alive. So he was not shot, because unfortunately a lot of these end with the shooters losing their lives. So we never know, why would you do that?
Right, but now
can. Yes, and there were other shootings, right?
There were other shootings. There was one in Texas, mass shooting.
Yes.
Monday night, Fort Worth, Texas, 3 dead and 8 wounded. Another in Baltimore early Sunday, 2 dead, 28 injured.
Yes.
Crazy.
And then we talked a little bit about Philadelphia. There were 7 people shot and 5 have died, and 2 injured were kids, and one was the twins, and one was a toddler. Wichita, Kansas, an armed shooter at a nightclub, and 9 people were shot there. 6 people were shot in Shreveport, Louisiana. That's my hometown where I'm from. It's ridiculous. And we also had a shooting in Northern California, where we live, up in Oakland. Someone just rode into the neighborhood and started shooting.
Well, Oakland, we hear not even mass shooting, just one person being shot
all the time,
or every single day. That's nothing new in Oakland,
right? But
it just adds to this whole thing of mass shootings and how people can easily get a gun or whatever, AR rifle style rifle. So
yeah, it's just crazy.
Yeah, crazy.
It's just crazy. So the thing that Rosetta and I want you all to hear is this is becoming a trend, and the trend is not good. And we don't want anyone to ever think, oh, it's just, it's just Oakland. Oakland always gets, it's just Texas. Those people are idiots. No, this is a bad trend. And I was thinking about it, and I remember I was over in East Palo Alto, and East Palo Alto was, it's not the high end, but it has some nice areas and some not so nice, like any other place. And all of a sudden there was an epidemic of crack cocaine because it was cheap. Everybody was doing it, and they would do it and they would be hooked. They couldn't stop. It was just really sad. People would have white rings around their lips from, I guess it's freebasing or whatever you did with it. And then they just looked, they looked like the Walking Dead. You see people, because sometimes to get to one side of the bay from the other, you go over a bridge which puts you through East Palo Alto. So it's not like you have to live there. Just driving through, you're like, what's wrong with these people? My sister and I, we were out getting some ice cream, and this BMW comes down the street, and they're making a U-turn. And so they say to us, hey, where do you go to have a good time? And I looked at them and I'm like, I don't know what you're talking. I'm like, you better get out of here. What are you doing in East Palo Alto at night in a BMW? These people here, somebody could just take your car, whoop your booty and take your car. See, we didn't use guns back then. It was just booty, fist. So I watched, and I told my sister, I said, you know what? I said, that is a measurement, because for someone from the other side, Palo Alto, to come into East Palo Alto to get drugs, this is not going to be good. As we all know, crack cocaine went from East Palo Alto into Palo Alto. It just proliferated. If we don't stop this gun issue right now, it's going to get worse and worse. So what are the people in charge waiting for? You're waiting for someone to shoot you, to shoot someone you love? Your constituents, aren't you supposed to be there to take care of us and to protect us? So how can you just, poor people, poor people? No, we have got to stop this.
Or they blame it on mental health.
Yes. That person, had a mental breakdown. Some of this is not that. When I see the kids that are in the streets and they're spinning their cars, that's not mental health. No. That is because that will get me likes, and likes will make me famous online.
Right.
Who cares? Believe me, trust me, it doesn't matter. If all of a sudden you wake up one day and someone you know and love has been shot, you are not going to be a happy person, especially if you're in the capacity to do something about it today.
Right.
So our thoughts and prayers go out to all of these families that have been impacted. And like my husband, he always says, when did we go from fist fighting to shooting? Because in school, we used to have fights all the time. Be taking your earrings out. We were bad little girls. We had Vaseline to make sure our hands would slide when we hit each other. You would fight on Monday. By Wednesday, you'd be like, whatever. But by Friday, you were friends again. Nobody killed anybody. We all lived to see another day.
Yeah, it's pretty sad. There was another, talking about guns, there was a story online. It's a video that went viral.
Mm-hmm.
I forget which city it was in, but this man and this woman, they weren't related. They were in this restaurant and they were waiting for the food, and the man all of a sudden starts yelling at the woman, and then he starts punching her, not just once but several times. And then the woman has a son in the car, and the mother had a gun in the glove compartment, and the son realized that this guy was punching at his mother, so he grabs the gun, goes inside and shoots the man not once but many times in the back. So this is like, I can understand, yes, the woman had a gun in the car,
right,
but it's so easy for anyone to grab the gun and just think, God, it was in self-defense because he was
Right.
defending
He was
his mom, but he shot the man and then shot the man a few more times in the back.
I mean, one shot is enough to get him off the mom, but there's something, and people keep telling me that I'm wrong. However, I think these video arcade games of violence is just disconnecting.
Well, that's exactly what. Remember Dylan Klebold and in Colorado, Columbine?
Yeah.
They were the ones that were playing these games. That's when it all came to surface, that these kids are watching these shooting games and are portraying it in real life.
Yeah. I have a nephew who's 33, and he makes money being online playing these stupid games. And he's constantly, he'll take a break for like maybe an hour, and then he's back at it. And I'm like, I asked his mom, I'm like, does he know what the sun looks like? Does he know what it feels like to go outside and have fun?
Yeah, I don't mind kids playing games. It's just when it comes to a point where they're stuck in their room the whole day, 24/7, and they don't go out and they don't socialize with the family. They don't do things with the family, and they're stuck in there. And when the bad thing is if it crosses over into real life, these shootings like it did with Columbine.
Yes.
Because nowadays these kids are it's so easy to get these rifles, AR style rifles. So when is enough? Again, it comes to voting.
Yes.
Voting.
Vote. Yes. So apparently Elon Musk has a new Twitter charge, right?
Yeah. So I heard recently that now you as a Twitter user are limited to the number of tweets you can actually view. So they're going to limit how many views you can have. I don't know how they're going to do that, but there must be a way to do that, unless you pay $8, and I'm sure that's $8 a month.
Oh, I'm sure it is.
It's not $8 a year. So if you decide you want to pay $8, you can see as many tweets as you want. It's not going to matter, but now it's limiting.
Wow.
So can you believe that? Before it was, again, when Elon Musk took over Twitter, remember there was that you're saying that there's that to be verified, it was free.
Yes.
Now you have to pay $8 to be verified and get that check mark.
That's right.
And now he's doing it with tweets, how many you can view.
Well, Mark Zuckerberg, Facebook owner, Meta, he has decided that he's going after Twitter's customers, because a lot of kind, conscious people don't like Twitter anymore because it's become very toxic. So he announced, and he is releasing a new app. It's a new Instagram app. So that means it's going to be tied to Instagram, and Instagram is tied to Facebook, and it's called Threads. And Threads is going to launch, and that is supposed to give you the features of Twitter without the toxicity of being on Twitter. This is really interesting because last week I had heard that Elon Musk had said, to Mark Zuckerberg, let's do a cage fight. And, Mark Zuckerberg said, okay, I'm down for it. And I'm like, billionaire.
You mean physical cage
fight? Physical, where they lock them in the cage and you fight.
Crazy.
And I'm like, okay, that means, your life is just too much, because you're really going to get. And I don't know why. I mean,
this is so childish.
Well, and they both know martial arts, so they both know how to fight. But the thing is, will you stop? And what kind of an example, dads, are you showing your children based on, you've done everything competitively and now you want to take it
and
fist to fist.
That if it really does come into fruition, there's going to be people. There's always going to be an audience for that kind of thing.
Always.
I will not be partaking in watching any of that. It's ridiculous.
It is. So that's just something we just don't want.
And Threads, I wonder how many people, because I actually used to be on Twitter, but when Elon Musk took over, I actually deleted it, and I don't even have the app anymore. So I'm wondering how many people are going to join Threads. I'm sure lots of people are.
Well, see, Facebook has 2 billion users, and Twitter is 300 million. So he's just like a little tick to Mark Zuckerberg. And so I'm like, why are you even, all you should be doing is saying, we're going to give you Threads. Threads is a new safe environment. Take your children and move them here.
So what they're saying is that Threads, the new app, is going to be very well monitored.
Yes.
Because in order for it to be not toxic
Right.
and have vile, like hostile people back and forth,
Right.
it really has to be monitored, because I don't think Facebook is monitored as much as I would like it to be.
Right. But they're going to have to with Threads, or it's just going to be going from toxicity A to toxicity B.
Yeah. So we'll see.
We'll keep you informed as we hear of things. You know, I just thought of something. I forgot to ask her earlier, so we're just going to kind of do this real quick. Okay, so the king has a new coronation. I always get coronation, but my brain is thinking something else. But in Scotland, so he's in Scotland now, going through that whole process again.
Here I am from the UK, and I didn't even know that.
Yeah, so I was really surprised to see it, and he has his kilt on, and he's walking around, and Prince William and Duchess Kate, they're doing their thing, and of course it comes back to, you know, Prince Harry and how he's just kind of like being ignored. Prince Harry, we love you. We honor the fact that over the weekend it was there's an organization, and it's called Diana Day, and it's for Princess Diana.
Yeah.
And both of the prince did a tribute to their moms. They just did them in separate continents. So the king and queen are out going through another coronation, and coronation. See, I see coronation, but my mouth keeps saying coordination. So they're out and about with the people. The king looked more friendly. He was shaking hands. They said that his mom, that was her favorite place. That was her woo-saw place.
Yes, it was actually.
Yeah, and so he is, you know, making it his as well. So we will just keep a little eye on that and see how that goes. So as we shared with you, we're going to start doing little makeup tips of the day. And with the heat wave, oh my God, it was so hot. I kept thinking to myself, these poor people are out there in the water. We want you to realize that water reflects. So if you are in the water, that water reflects and hits you. That's more heat. So you have to wear something to shield your skin. Now, some people are like, Gloria, I don't feel like wearing makeup every day. So my tip of the day is a bronzer. I happen to have a bronzer that has a very good SPF equivalency. I don't put chemicals in my products, so I can't say it's an SPF. However, I can tell you that when you put it on, it shields your skin. One of my networking sisters, Lily went to Peru, and she announced in a meeting that she went hiking and she did not burn at all. So I can tell you about my bronzer. It is a clear powder. You dust it on your body, and then that magic spray, the ancient elixir we're always talking about, you spray your arms, you spray your neck, anywhere that you think you're going to get sun. As long as you don't rub it off, it will stay there until you cleanse it off.
And don't forget, we keep saying that her makeup that she makes is mineral based.
Everything is all mineral based. So if you have questions, if you want to know more information, put a little comment down below. We would love to have a conversation, but please be careful, because the cancer rates are going up. I mean, our human bodies are just going through it right now, between diabetes going off the chain and cancer going off the chain. So if there are the little things that you can do to protect yourself, a little makeup never hurts anyone. And now our health tip of the day.
Yes, and on the same note as cancer and diabetes, I want to talk about cancer, because I just want to say that, did you know that when your body is in a cancerous state, your body is very acidic?
Yes.
So what do we need to do to make it less acidic is to do things that make our body alkaline.
Yes.
And we need to eat and ingest food that's alkaline. So what are the things that are acidic? Things like sugar,
yes,
white sugar, unhealthy sugars, processed foods.
yes,
What else? Desserts, ice cream, A lot of
I know you're all saying those are all my favorite things.
yes, cakes. They all have sugar, loaded with sugar, processed, hydrogenated. You know, there's a lot of oils out there
Yes.
that are very bad for our body, like vegetable oil, canola oil. Those are all acidic.
Yeah.
Sunflower oil, palm oil,
Yes.
rapeseed oil. Those are all very acidic to our bodies. They cause inflammation in our bodies, and we want to turn our bodies alkaline, right?
Yes.
So what are the foods that cause our body, what we ingest
Yes.
can turn our body alkaline, and it's whole food nutrition, which is our fruits, veggies, berries, legumes, the good fats, the good oils, the nuts, the seeds. What else is there? There's did I say fish?
Yes.
Very good because it's
Yes.
omega, good fatty acids. We want that.
Yes.
So everything that's going to be put in our body turns into alkaline. And you
Yes.
might think that a lemon is acidic.
Right.
But did you know lemon is very healthy for you? Because when it goes into your body, it turns alkaline.
I
Because
didn't
it
know that,
has-
because when she said acidic, I went, because I love lemons.
Yes.
And I'm like, okay, well, I can't
Yes,
have no
because
lemons.
lemons, it's not from the outside. It's what
It
goes in your
goes in.
body and turns your body
I
alkaline.
love that.
Lemon is one of them because it is so healthy for you. And it actually, did you know the lemon rind, the peel is
Yes.
very, very healthy for you. And there is a drink that you can make and you can use the whole lemon.
Oh, wow.
And in future, in one of our chats, I will teach you and I will talk all about lemons.
Excellent.
So acidity, you want your body less acidic, more alkaline. So eat foods that are alkaline in your body.
Excellent. Excellent. So I think we all learned something new today, because when she was talking, I was like, okay, I love lemons. I love lemons so much that when I get them, I clean them, and some of them I keep the rind and I cut them up in pieces and I freeze them. And then I, put them in a blender, and I, if they're organic lemons.
Lemon peels are great folic acid.
There we go.
So you know if you're pregnant, you need a lot of folate, right? They
Right.
tell you to take those pills.
Right.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
you
lemon
can,
is much better than a pill.
yes,
I
the
love it.
peel.
Well, thank you all for joining us once again. We want you to know that we feel the love that you send us, and we send it right back to you.
Yes. Had a great chat. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you like our videos, please consider liking it. Hit that thumb icon. Look for it. Hit it. Subscribe to our channel. We'd
Yes.
love for you to subscribe so that we can keep going with all these chats.
Yes.
And hit the bell notification so you don't miss any of our chats. Thank you so much, everyone. We love you. We are Silicon Valley Girls Chat Over Tea.
And remember to always keep smiling.
Bye-bye.